Well, good afternoon or good evening, depending on where you're watching this. Welcome so much. I'm your host tonight for Inside Entrepreneur. Welcome to all around the United States and around the world. I am Princess. I am excited because our feature entrepreneur tonight is going to be the Mr. Grant Winstead, the COO of Renovation Expert LLC. So we're not going to prolong too much. We're going to get right into our conversation with him. I'm going to bring him on. So let's get started. How are you doing, Grant?
I'm doing good, Princess. How are you?
I am well. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. Hey, we're going to get right in there. I want to welcome you to Entrepreneur. You actually did our second episode, so you're our second guest, so I'm excited. So tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am. I personally, I am 58 years old. I have been in home improvement sales since I was 19, and I live in Virginia. I just recently graduated from Lancaster Bible College. Hooray, hooray! Got my bachelor's degree, and I'm a father of two grown children and five grandchildren.
Wow, my goodness, there you go. So let me ask you, what inspired you to become an entrepreneur?
Oh, wow. That's a long story, but in short, uh, if I had to ever had some who inspired me, it was probably my dad. My dad was a hardworking man. He raised eight kids without any education in a all-white neighborhood south of Pittsburgh, east of Pittsburgh, in a small town. And if we wanted to do anything, we had to work for it. So, he was a great supporter of backing us, cutting grass, washing cars,
Wow.
um, uh, you know, shoveling snow, whatever we needed to do to make money to keep the family going.
Oh, so you had the entrepreneur spirit since you was a child.
Absolutely.
Okay, well, hey, let's get into the meat of it. Tell us about your business.
Renovation Experts is a home improvement company. And what we do, we mainly market different areas. We're licensed in DC, Virginia, and Maryland, with a concentration mainly in Washington, D.C. We go as far as south of Richmond, and we go far as, as, as north as Waldorf, uh, going out that way. Not too many jobs over in Montgomery County, but we do service over there. So really, what we are, we're a sales and marketing firm. So we market for home improvement projects, uh, roofing, windows, doors, siding, kitchen, baths, basements, all types of what a homeowner would need in order to keep their house um, updated and in the best condition. Because the time, and especially in this area, these houses are pretty old, especially in Washington D.C. So we typically run into a lot of old homes, and a lot of homeowners are trying to keep them up. So we market, people respond from our marketing, and then after we get the response back, we go out and we sell them. We sell them whatever they need, and we do it. We can do a combination of things. We can do a roof in the kitchen. We can do a basement and a bathroom, or we can do all three of them all at one time. We have teams of three uh, people per team that goes out and actually perform the work for us. They are actually employees of the company, not subs. And we offer financing to make it easier for the homeowner. So let's say you come to your home and we give you a price on whatever, a roof in the kitchen, and you don't have the money, but we offer financing with no money down. The no money down is probably the biggest thing because you're not coming out with any money out of the pocket. The bank sometimes, depending on what job we do and what we're doing in the house, the bank sometimes funds us, stage funds us as the funding to do the job. And then when the job is completely done, the homeowner gets the payment. So
Okay.
it's pretty uh, it's it's pretty cut and dry, pretty easy. We're doing $100,000 renovation job now, 120,000, and the homeowner didn't have to come up with any money.
Wow.
So they stayed funded, and we get the money from the bank as the job goes along. When the job is done and the homeowner's happy, we get our balance and they get a payment.
Wow, that is amazing. So I know that with COVID-19, a lot of people are concerned about contractors or doing certain things at their home. What precautions have you put in place to keep everyone safe?
Well, the two things that we do, our whole team is tested to make sure that we're not, have the COVID. The next thing we do is we do virtual appointments. So we can do appointments online depending on what project they want, and then I believe all our people are required to wear masks, and it's the same thing that that the CDC is recommending, that we stay 6 foot apart.
Oh, awesome. That's good to hear. So I'm going to ask you a question that if if there was one thing that you know now that you wish you would have known when you started Renovation Expert, what would that one thing be?
You know, uh, I can't, I really can't answer that question.
Okay.
The one of the questions I can ask, that I can answer, um, that along the way I got a lot of advice along the way. Um, some at the time I was able to implement, some I wasn't able to implement. The stuff that I was able to implement, I learned from it, and it was known to be true. The stuff that I couldn't implement, it was like if I didn't implement, I just couldn't do it for whatever reason, wherever I was at in my life. But the other day I was thinking, why, and Lord, why am I so blessed and successful right now?
Mm.
And I came up with the answer. And the answer is this. I took everything that I have learned from all my mentors, the stuff that I didn't listen to, and I implemented it right now, along with the stuff that they told me to do along the way. The stuff I couldn't do then, I'm implementing it now, and my business is just blowing up. So I
Wow.
can't say there's just one thing that if I look back on it, because when I look back on it, I have some pretty good advisors. If I would have listened, I probably would have been overwhelmed more than I was back then. But now, for some reason, I was ready for it, and I'm
Mm.
implementing everything they're telling me, and my business is flourishing.
Wow. So, what advice would you give, like a new business owner or someone who wants to become a business owner?
Well, the advice that I would give is get a really some good mentors around you.
Okay.
The people that walked your walk, or walked, yeah, that walked the walk that you want to walk in, or wanted to do some of the things that you want to try to do. Find somebody that has experience in that area, and um, and try to implement as much of that advice as possible. But don't don't fret it if you can't,
Mm.
because you may not be in the place to take all that information and apply what what they're giving you. Um, but uh, but if you keep trucking along and you trudge to the end of the tunnel, this light, and you'll be able to look back over what you went wrong, what you did right, and then you can take that information that you didn't have time to implement and apply it. So, um, my advice would be to get some good mentors around you.
Okay, I'm taking notes on that one. Get some good mentors.
That's right. That's right. I think that's key.
Excellent. That is
That's
so
key.
good. So, how do we find your business? How do we find you?
Okay, so I am on the World Wide Web, as known as the internet, at Renovations RX Renovation Experts. You can Google search us. We're a 5-star Google retail customer, and I'm on Facebook as Renovations Experts.
Okay, so everybody know that information is also in the description. So you can go right into the description, and there's a hyperlink to the website and also to his Facebook page.
That's
That
right.
is amazing. So do you have any parting wisdom for us today?
Well, uh, the party wisdom would be to don't give up.
Mm.
Don't give up. Uh, it's going to be a rough ride, but if you get all the information that you are getting along the way from your mentors, there's going to come a time where you're going to be able to implement that wisdom, that information, and when you implement it, you'll see that your struggles were worth it because you were struggling along, and all of a sudden it's going to open up for you.
Mm.
It opened up for me, wide open.
I think I needed to hear that one today. Don't give up.
Don't
Woo!
give up.
Don't give up.
That's right.
Man, Grant, I want to thank you so much for coming on Inside Entrepreneur. And we absolutely positively wish you continue blessing upon your business. And like I said, I'm going to actually put him to the test. And I have some projects around my own home. And I'm going to go ahead
Mm-hmm.
and give that a try. I got some major projects. So I'll be able to give you guys a review.
That's right.
So definitely. Hey, so before we get ready to go, I want everybody to know I'm so glad you joined us. I know this is a short brief, but if you have a business and you're interested in coming on Entrepreneur to talk about your business, you can go ahead and give me an email at lcpmnetwork6@gmail.com. Again, that's lcpmnetwork6@gmail.com. And we will go ahead and do that and show you what you need to do to be a part of Inside Entrepreneur. I want to thank each and every one of you for watching us and listening to us from all over the world. Until next time, live a purpose-driven life. And like I always say, you might as well do it on purpose in Jesus' name. Don't play with it. Just do it on purpose. Amen.
Amen. Mhm. That's
So,
right.
Grant, once again, thank you. And thank you all for joining us today. God bless.
God bless.